Hola everyone, welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host de Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. First up, we have co-founder and executive director of Storyland, the Bronx Book Haven. Sulma Arzu-Brown is here, an award-winning Afro-Latina author and advocate boosting a Bronx literacy through cultural curation. And then we chat with the author of Loves The Bronx, Kayla Arthur, on her heartfelt story, celebrating our borough's spirit, teaching young readers to explore their communities with pride, curiosity, y amor. And finally, our Open Artist Spotlight shines on the next generation of musical greatness with 11-year-old child prodigy, multi-instrumentalist, and music producer Justin Lopez, aka Justin Keyz, who will be joined by a phenomenal vocalist, stand out in one of the most prestigious city-based performing arts high schools, and I'm proud to say my very own brilliant daughter, Charm Vida. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way, because now we are officially open. Hey everyone, welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host de Café con Leche for the next hour, coming to you from BronxNet Studios, inviting you to get social with us online, that is. Follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, while you're there, don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms at Rhina Valentin. Our first guest is actively changing the narrative of children's literacy in the Bronx. She is the co-founder and executive director of Storyland, the Bronx Book Haven, a nonprofit dedicated to advancing literacy and empowering all local families. Here to tell us how she's writing the next chapter of her personal story, let's give an open welcome return to Sulma Arzu-Brown. Hello and welcome, hermana.
Oh, mi hermana querida, I love you. I love being on your show. I think you do incredible things for all of us. You're serving as a vessel for our voices and our stories. So thank you, Rhina. We truly appreciate you and your team.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for always making sure that you're bringing your next chapters, your new chapters, your new endeavors, and your accomplishments as well through here, through this platform. I mean, for the past 20 years, I want to say we've had you on, like almost every 2 years or so?
Mm-hmm. We got to do something all the time. My dad always says, siempre hay algo que hacer. And what better way than doing things that serve the community in a positively and impactful way. So that's what we do.
Yeah, and then we're here to make sure we're keeping record of it, to show the differences that we've been making collectively together to shift the paradigm. Shift the paradigm of what it is that is accessible.
That's right.
Right? Which is what you've done with Storyland.
Absolutely. And Storyland is the evolution, right, of everything I've been working on all my life. I started as a children's book author called Pelo Malo No Existe, Bad Hair Does Not Exist. And I really wanted representation. I had no idea that that'll be the catalyst to writing the Amigo family, in which you're a part of. We did not know that was going to be the catalyst of doing a whole lot of speaking engagements on the importance of representation. Me being now selected as Scholastic mentor for the first collection of books 100% written by Latinos called Rising Voices, Elevating Latino Stories, in which John Leguizamo's book is a part of that as well. The evolution of all of that is Storyland, the Bronx Book Haven, which is a beautiful 4,500 square foot space located at this point at the Bronx Terminal Market. And our vision is to see children grow loving to read one dope book at a time. So Rhina, I want everyone to know, and you to understand as well, that we're not a bookstore. We do not sell books. There's no money exchange in Storyland. We're not a library, so kids don't take a book and then have to return it. Each book, each child that comes to Storyland gets a complimentary book of their choice. We never ever use the word free because in our community, oftentimes free implies cheap quality or less than. There's nothing cheap about the hearts that gift the book. There's nothing less than of about our stories, nor the recipients of the book. So we're proud to be the very first in the nation children's book lounge.
A children's book lounge that offers a complimentary book per visit,
That's
right?
right.
And I know you have arrangements with the DOE in which you do trips, right? I don't know how you partner up with the schools and what that looks like, but meaning as far as what those arrangements are. But I do know that you also feed the children so that you offer them an experience, not just a trip to this book lounge.
Right. I love the word you use. Maybe I should change it. We call it the class trip program, but I think I'm going to change it to the class experience, right? Because we do partner with the DOE. We are a registered vendor with the Department of Education, and the program was created in full context, right? We know that we are the unhealthiest county from all the 62 in New York State, so as kids come into Storyland, they're on the beautiful, magical red carpet, which was the same carpet Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor walked on, by the way. So they're doing mindful movement and exercise, right? Then we introduce them to a real life author or a special guest reader, which I will need you to be a special guest reader very soon.
Okay.
Because the
John,
kids...
they put me on blast on air.
On blast, after vacation, after vacation. All right. And the most important thing about that is that the kids get to see someone like them, that looks like them, that is an author, and gives them the power to tell their own stories. Then we make reading fun because we have to make sure that we get into the book that we just read. After that, Rhina, we know that we also deal with food insecurities in the Bronx. So all of our kids get a full meal when they get to Storyland. Before they leave, they get a signed autographed copy of the book when we have the author, but they all walk out with a beautiful book. So everything is in context. We are located in an area in the Bronx with the worst literacy rates. So it's important that we are there. We want to make sure we feed our kids because of food insecurities. We want to make sure that exercise is a part of this and that having fun reading is pivotal, right? Because that's the only way we're going to get the next generation to build their own legacy. We're giving them the power to build their own legacy in our way.
Right, and designing a new habit is what is really being established, right? So it's its own cultural movement in the sense of not only making this accessible, but also the stories that are being read. They're by us, for us, and about us, right? And in addition to that, it's also being led by individuals that look like us, and all of that really matters. It really does. And the fact that it's being made accessible in this way that is welcoming and empowering.
Right. And oftentimes what we get in our communities is people coming outside of our community thinking they can fix us or that we even have a problem to begin with. And the best people to bring results to the community are those within the community. We build from within. I'm a big fan of that. And I think because we're from the Bronx, we are the borough of hip hop, El Condado de la Salsa. Creativity and storytelling is literally in our DNA. So we don't need anyone to come up with brilliant ideas on how to make our communities better. All we got to do is talk to the kids. They already have incredible ideas. I mean, even this, one of the authors that we featured was Kayla Arthur. I know your audience is going to get to know her.
Yeah, they're going to get to know her.
But let me tell you something. What was an honor for me is that this beautiful book highlights all the great places to go see in the Bronx. And Storyland made the cut. We made the cut.
So you're in the book. Let me see this. Let's show this to our audience. Look at this. I mean, we're going to interview this author after this segment, but Sulma had to show that Storyland made the cut of the book, which is being read by the next generation. So they understand that this is a historical place that is sort of in jeopardy right now.
And was created by someone from their community that chose to stay here. Right? And these are two magnificent, incredible women partnering together to elevate all of our kids. And now you're a part of that story.
Well, you know, I've been a part of all of your stories because I just love, because you're one of the most innovative individuals I know, and you're a visionary, and it's to no surprise that this has been so successful, and you're here because we want to make sure that it remains.
That's right.
Right. So before we even go into where we're at right now with the actual physical location of Storyland, let's talk a little bit about how long it's been established and all the steps you've taken thus far to get it to where it is now.
Sure. Storyland has been at the Bronx Terminal Market since 2024. We actually officially became a nonprofit organization in April of 2026. So prior to that, we were an entity in the process of, right? In 2025, I should have never skipped 2025, we got an incredible donation during the Drew Barrymore show of $25K that allowed us to beta the programs that we have now, right? And we did. That's how the class trip program and the class trip experience started. We also got funded by Kids Foot Locker and the Up Foundation to create what we call Write Your Story and Tell Your Story. So now our kids got to get the power to write their spoken word with 3 times Emmy-nominated spoken word artist Trey Baker. And now we're going to be taking a cohort of 25 kids through a 9-month program to have them become published authors.
Oh, amazing.
Come on. And what we realized in Storyland is like kids love stories that are written by kids. I'll give you an example. A mom came over to Storyland and complaining about her child doesn't read, So what did I do? I pulled out a book by 11-year-old author Enyo Miranda, and it was a graphic novel. And I said, can I show this book to your son? So I showed him the book and I told him, do you know that this book was written by a young man exactly your age? Would you like to see the book? He not only saw the book, he took the book, he sat down with the book and started reading. And I told his mom, I beg to differ, your son does like to read.
Nice. Very nice. And that's the other part to the establishment. It's very welcoming, and you have all these like nooks. You have these nice nooks where people can either choose to be together and or by themselves.
It's so beautiful because everything that we have in Storyland has been donated. So the living room space or the lounge space came from a TV set, right? Because the way we see it is Beyonce's children and Cardi B's children can sit in fancy furniture, so can our children. So we want to give them that experience to know that they belong, to tackle imposter syndrome. We want to make sure that they understand that the Bronx gave it to them first.
Right, and that they don't have to leave the Bronx in order to experience it.
That's right.
Right, and it's important. It really is important because it starts there, right? This whole, just the whole dynamic behind lifestyles. Lifestyles. If you're not exposed to it, then you don't know it exists.
Right.
And so you have dedicated the past 2 years to creating this experience for the next generation and designing it in a way that is it's complementary, right? Be it through the experience, be it through the book giving, be it through the food feeding, the mindfulness practices, all of that. And so you have established this.
That's right.
This venue as a go-to place that one should visit when they come to the Bronx. And so now you're in a position where you're being asked to relocate.
Right. At this point, we've been operating under a licensing agreement. And for folks that don't know what that is that the Bronx Terminal Market pretty much gave us the space complimentary, but we had no idea that it was going to build like this, build this fast. But don't give anything to Sulma if you don't want something done.
Right.
Right. We're almost victims to our own success, right? So at this point, what we're letting them know and having conversations with them about is to change our licensing agreement to an actual lease agreement, because you cannot have a nonprofit organization if you don't operate it effectively as a business. So we're also becoming an economic driver. So we will be able to pay a lease. So we just want to have that conversation because money should not stop anyone from reading. Money should not stop our, us being that example for our kids to build legacy. I mean, these corporations are going to need employees that know how to read.
Right.
And we're building them. And if you're in our community, why not hire those that we help groom for success within your company?
Right. So before we go, what do you want to leave the audience with?
I want to leave the audience with understanding that at this point, Storyland needs their solidarity. We want them to go to our website, storylandbx.org. You can definitely donate because everything we do is complimentary for the kids and their families. So join us, donate for sure, so that we're able to maintain and keep
this
keep
legacy
expanding,
going.
Keep legacy because, Rhina, this is not going to be the first Storyland.
Right.
Right? This is this is the beginning of something great. We want to have a Storyland across all the 5 boroughs, and we want to have the Storyland across the nation in neighborhoods that that resemble, you know, the microcosm of the Bronx. So we have something special, and together as a Bronx community, we can make sure that this stays here forever. Because I know I'm gonna be working hard to make this happen.
And you know, and you're all about leaving things better than we found them and passing it forward. So, and we really love highlighting that about you and everything that you put your hands on. And we always thank you for bringing it here to our audience. And we're here of service to you, dear Sulma Arzu-Brown.
Thank you. You know, I had to bring it here first.
Of course.
Okay.
Well, you know, and we're going to keep it going, and I hope everybody understands the importance of it. Yes.
I'm as a Garifuna, Afro-Latina, from Honduras, immigrante. You know we love coffee, so I brought you some coffee from Honduras. My mama got it. I saw you drinking coffee, and I know it wasn't the best coffee, so I was like, thank God I brought my girl some coffee. You know, I'm not showing the brand.
No,
because, you know,
but that's not the idea. Yeah. The idea is that this is fresh from Honduras.
That's right.
Right, I got you. And you know, I'm going to really indulge in this.
Yes. Make 3 cups of coffee.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for always gifting me and for gifting us.
Thank you, Rhina. No, we truly appreciate it. You really understand the power of our children, the power of the next generation. I love what you do, and I'm all for it. And I'm so glad that we are kindred spirits fighting for the right thing.
Always. Here's to leaving things better than we found them.
Amen.
All right, you guys, once again, co-founder and executive director of Storyland, the Bronx Book Haven, Sulma Arzu-Brown, mi hermana también de Honduras, and I want to thank her for my cafecito. Ooh, I'm going to be enjoying that after we're done with this. And we also thank you so much for stopping by. We also want to take a moment to shed light on Storyland's urgent call to action with their Save Storyland Now campaign. The organization is looking to transition their current licensing agreement at the Bronx Terminal Market into a permanent lease, ensuring this literary lounge remains a staple in our community. And to find out how you can get involved, you can email info@storylandbx.org and be sure to visit storylandbx.org. All right, let's come together to protect this haven and love of literacy for all Bronx youth, mi gente. Okay. Because when we come back, we're going to chat with Kayla Arthur, who's sharing her story on what it means to explore communities and love where you call home. And that's her new book, Luna Loves The Bronx. And I'm Rhina Valentin, and you're watching Open, so stay tuned.
We're going to start the show right now. This is my favorite part. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, this is Angel, and I am one of the instructors for the in-studio production. Here at BronxNet, we offer classes that can help you elevate, expand, and start your television career. All you have to do is sign up at bronxnet.org/education. For the past 7 years, I have been in various productions, spanning from talk shows, independent films, news reports, art displays, teachings, musical performances, and many more. Ain't that right, Angel? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Angel. There are a lot of creative individuals that we're just waiting to sign up for the class. And if I may, can I also express thank you, Angel. That's all the time we have left. Visit bronxnet.org/education and become a producer by taking the course. The class I offer is also in English, en español y también bilingüe. Nos vemos en la próxima clase.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Open Friday. I'm Rhina Valentin, and we've still got plenty in store for you. Our next guest is a book author rewriting the narrative of the Bronx by shining spotlights on borough highlights through her work in advocacy. Her new children's book, this book, captures the true heart and soul of the borough through the eyes of an adventurous young girl. Everyone, please welcome author of Luna Loves the Bronx, Kayla Arthur.
Thank you for
Oh
having
my
me.
goodness, I love this book
Thank-
already.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I've always seen it. I've always wanted to be a part of it.
Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Maybe this will be the first of many.
I hope so.
I am loving this concept. All right, let's first talk about, because I understand that you actually come from this position of having highlighted the Bronx first before even writing this book. So let's share with everybody your journey.
Okay, so I mean, I'm from the Bronx. I was born in the Bronx on 233rd Street at an old hospital called Lady of Mercy. And I've been in the Bronx my entire life. I teach in the Bronx. I have my babies here in the Bronx. I participate in Bronx activities. I'm a Bronx girl through and through. So it was just natural for me to come up with Luna Loves the Bronx through the eyes of my daughter, Luna.
And so this book, I do want to share with our viewers because the artistry behind it is so beautiful and so real.
Yeah.
It's picturesque and it's very relatable. Like, you know, we all know bodegas is part
Yes,
of our
absolutely.
our
I had to
essential
have the
fabric.
bodega cat. I had to have the cat, you know.
It was the cat. Oh
The
yeah,
bodega
look, we got the cat at the bottom. And so I'm just doing a quick
Yeah, Little Italy. I highlighted a lot of the different places that I know people from the Bronx would know, right?
Right.
Like, you know the bodega, you know the zoo, you know Yankee Stadium, you know hip hop.
And you know, we
and
got
you
the
know-
beach,
and
but we know this is the Bronx Riviera, mi gente.
Okay.
Which is Orchard Beach.
Orchard Beach,
Mhm.
exactly. So things that are relatable, things that people from the Bronx, when they see it, it feels like home.
Yankee Stadium.
You already know.
Right? Uh-huh.
Yeah. So,
And
Fordham.
really-
I have
Oh,
Fordham.
this is Fordham?
Yeah, that's
Oh, look,
Fordham.
she even got Fordham Road.
I got
you know,
Fordham
that's
Road.
the shopping district.
I got Fordham Road. Storyland is another place.
Oh, which we just mentioned in
Yes,
the
Botanical
segment previous
Gardens.
to this one, and of course Botanical Gardens,
Yes,
right?
Botanical
And what else? I'm going through the book because first of all, I just love how she looks. I love the way it's being narrated. I love the imagery. Who did the illustration?
I did the illustration.
You
too.
did the
No,
illu-
no, no.
Oh.
I did.
I'm like,
I outsourced through like a third party.
Okay.
Overseas.
oh, and then there's a checkoff list.
Yes, at
Right.
the end of the book, there's a checkoff where you can, once you visited with your family or your children, you can check off where you've been. One of the other places that I do have in the book are the parks, because we have a lot of greenery in the Bronx. I think we have like the most out of the 5 boroughs.
correct.
So I wanted to highlight that as well.
A lot of the parks,
Yes.
and then there's the map of the Bronx,
Yes, there's the
right,
map.
which is considered the mainland, right? Because the Bronx
We're
is-
connected. We're connected.
Yes, and so again, this is a children's book, but
Yeah.
it's a book that kind of serves as once again a catalyst for interest in exploring your neighborhood.
Absolutely. And the inspiration behind that was, I'm an educator as well, was my students and my daughters. So as a parent, you know, you take your kids everywhere, right? You take them to the zoo, you take them to you know, botanical gardens, wherever it is that you take them. But a lot of the students that I have don't have those experiences. Some of them maybe just lack of resources, lack of knowledge, whatever it is. So I had a conversation with my students and I asked them, what do you know about the Bronx? And a lot of them were like, they didn't know. They
So
didn't
can
know
we-
what
I
we
ask
had.
you before you continue,
Sure.
what grade are we talking about?
Second grade.
Second
I'm an
grade.
early elementary
Okay.
teacher. I've taught second and third grade. So they didn't know. So I wanted to create something that where they can have ownership, where they can look and say, well, this is where I'm from. Not what you see in the news, not what you see from what you hear about the Bronx, but actually something that's tangible that I can say, this is a representation of me as a child. This is what I can do as a Bronxite.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's intentional.
Absolutely.
And that's what Storyland is about. And that's why we love just having Sulma on and sharing her endeavors, because everything she does with intentionality. And obviously, you're also Hondureña.
Yes, I'm a Garifuna Hondureña también. Yep.
I love that. I love that too.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, because the Bronx has like the largest Honduran population, or Garifuna, I should say
Garifuna
specifically.
Yes, absolutely. And I was able to partner with Storyland and Sulma to be the 2026 Bronx featured author for Bronx Week.
Well,
And
congratulations
thank
on
you.
that.
Thank you. And in that experience, I was able to share this book with 2,000 students in the Bronx, throughout Bronx districts, and they were all reading it at the same time. It was an experience that I don't even think I could have ever imagined, being a first-time author. But what I always say is, I didn't have a big backing, but I had a big community, and the Bronx community is strong. It was amazing.
And so you're saying that your first experience
My first
rolling
experience,
out
rolling it out, yes,
was to 2,000 children.
2,000 kids.
Wow.
Through the Bronx, through Storyland, because of our community.
That's amazing.
It is.
And so were you doing the storytelling and doing the narration?
I was not. It
No?
was a bunch of other volunteers, teachers, community people, the Bronx Borough president as well, my superintendent, just a bunch of people who believe in the Bronx, who believe that this story needs to be in front of kids and that it's important. So all of those amazing people were able to give a voice to Luna Loves the Bronx.
And so from the kids' perspective,
Yeah.
right? Because you're also a mom to
Yes.
two. What kind of feedback have you been receiving?
Amazing. So I did have the privilege of reading this book to other kids at another point in time. And the kids, once they saw something that they recognized, their eyes lit up. Because a lot of times what I've heard from adults and from children is that they've never seen themselves in a book. They've never seen where they come from in a book. They've seen other neighborhoods or maybe Manhattan or other places, but this was home for them. And it meant a lot for them to see that.
And so in knowing that you have now delivered this experience of empowerment, right? That seems to be the word of the day
Yes.
today, because it's so important. And I know, and we're still even like dealing with that aspect, even through media. The idea is that the stories about us are being told by us.
Yes.
And told by us, not necessarily fluffing it up, but not necessarily sensationalizing it either.
Right.
Which is what the kids are being raised to believe based on the news and all of that.
Right.
And so now in that dismantling that is being exercised in belief system, because that's what we're discussing here.
Right.
We're discussing the belief system, and we're already like fostering the next generation to understand that you matter, your upbringing matters, and we have our own culture.
Yes. And it should be told by us. That word representation is not just a word. It's something that we have to embody as the adults, embedding it to our teens, embedding it to the children. They have to be responsible for their own story, right? Like you said, the others will change the narrative. They'll tell us what we need to be, but we need to be the ones to show them. You have amazing things where you come from. You can be amazing where you come from. You don't have to leave if you don't want to. Can I share my intro? So it's dedicated to my little Bronxites, Luna and Dalia, who inspire me to be a better woman and mother. Wherever you may go in the world, always remember that the Bronx is home. So it's our home. You can go wherever you want. You can be whomever you want to be. But everybody always goes on camera and say, I'm from the Bronx, because it matters.
It does. That's beautiful. You got all teary-eyed.
I did, because it makes me emotional.
Yes, because you're teaching them to understand that they have their own culture.
Yes.
And wherever it is that they go in the world, that is who they are, and this is what you represent.
Absolutely.
And now they're being armed with beautiful things, not just what other people assume to be. And so now they can, I guess, converse and or represent on a more educational level.
Yeah, absolutely. With pride.
Right, with pride.
With pride.
And so before we run out of time, I know I keep trying to I want to understand, like, what has been the most enlightening experience you've had with an individual that has read this book?
I guess, like I said, the biggest thing, well, one is my daughter, right? It was a bonding experience for us to come together and create this, and her show other kids, these are the things that I do with my mom.
How old is she?
My daughter's 9.
9.
Yeah, I have a 9-year-old and I have a 6-year-old.
You have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old, but this is the
9-year-old. The 6-year-old one is coming.
All right.
She reminds me every day that I need to make hers.
Okay, right.
So, but I think from one of the other kids in Storyland, actually, when she saw the botanical garden, she popped up. And she said, I go there with my mom, or I've gone there with my family. So I think that was probably the most profound one, just because she connected. And that's what you want as an author. You want kids to connect to your story and for it to become their story. So I think that was probably the biggest one.
No, although it sounds so simple, it's not, because it does. It's such a big deal.
It is.
It's such a big deal to be able to see yourself, to be able to see your neighborhood, to be able to see your story and/or that's relatable in a way that it's on record.
Yes.
Right? Because that's what makes it important.
It will outlive me.
Yes. 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 So
yeah.
brava to
Thank
you and
you.
congratulations.
Thank you
and I'm
so
so glad you
much.
brought it here
Thank
to
you for
open.
having me.
And so if there were any last words you would like to leave our viewers, especially our young viewers, what would they be?
I think that all of you should be proud of where you come from. I think that Luna Loves the Bronx should be in every Bronx kid's library, their home library, their neighborhood library, because it is their story. It is our story as Bronxites.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing it.
Thank you for
bringing
having
it
me.
here. Kayla Arthur, everyone. Once again, author of Luna Loves the Bronx. Now, for our parents, educators, and familias, if you're interested in Luna Loves the Bronx, you can find it on Amazon. And, of course, don't forget to follow Kayla and Luna's journey by visiting her on Instagram at Luna Loves the Bronx. All right, stay right where you are. After this short break, we're joined by the future of musical excellence with multi-instrumental producer and performer Justin Lopez, also known as Justin Keyz, accompanied by singer-performer y mi hija, Charm Vida. You won't want to miss what's coming to you next on Open. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Open. Well, what I should say is welcome back to Open, friends and followers. Great to have you here with us. Our next two guests have already graced iconic stages, from Carnegie Hall and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to Elvis Presley's Graceland. And bueno, this duo, who just recently partnered up, are redefining live performance featuring an 11-year-old multi-instrumentalist, child prodigy taking the Latin jazz world by storm, and a phenomenal vocal major from one of the most prestigious performing arts high schools in New York City, who I'm proud to also say is my daughter. These two musical maestros are joining forces to lead the next generation of artists with their new collaborations. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everyone, please give a warm and open welcome to Charm Vida and Justin Lopez, also known as Justin Keyz. Hello and welcome.
Hello, thank you for having us.
Well, thank you. Thank you for actually welcoming this duo, right, in this segment. I mean, Charm Vida, I basically highlight you annually and share with our viewers your progression in your development. So thank you for also being flexible in this new possibility. I think the minute I saw you both perform together, it sparked. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to bring you both on. However, I do want to open up with you first, Justin, because you are so ahead of your time. OMG, I cannot wait for you guys to see what's in store for you later. But let's just share a little bit about your journey thus far. I mean, how many instruments do you play?
I play probably around like 5 or 6 maybe.
5 or 6. So what are the instruments?
I play piano, I play timbales, congas, bongos, cowbell, and trombone.
And trombone. Wow, and which is your primary?
Probably either piano or timbales.
Piano or timbales, which both are considered percussion, right?
Yeah.
And so, when did you first start playing these instruments?
Well, I started piano when I was 3 and timbales when I was 5.
Wow. Wow. So, is it safe to say that you're self-taught?
Well, not for the timbales, really, because my dad, Ralph Lopez, he is a amazing percussionist and musical director. He plays for some bands like for artists for like Frankie Negrón, Luis Damon, and many more.
Right, and you've actually had the privilege of performing with them, right?
Yeah.
Like you perform with Frankie Negron, and who else?
And Luis Damon.
And Luis Damon,
Yeah.
and Tito Puente
Puente
Jr.,
Jr.,
right?
yeah.
I seen you with him. That's right. I mean, you're only 11 and you're already playing with these heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So now I want to get to, well, I want to not get to know Charm either because I know her, she's my daughter. But I want to share your progression with our viewers, right? Aside from this new partnership in which you both partnered up to perform on behalf of Uptown Royalty under the tutelage of Jody Music. Let's just share with everyone what your journey's been. I mean, you've had the honor of performing at Carnegie Hall this year. You've performed in venues such as Jacob Javits Center. So let's just share like where you're at in your career.
Well, right now, I am sort of like open for like many gigs, but I've also been developing like my own like solo work and also other collaborative works on the sideline as well. Yes.
Right. And so on the sidelines, when you say on the sidelines, I mean, I know for a fact that you're composing and
also producing as well.
And also producing as well. And so you're going to be a senior this year. Yeah, which means you're on the verge of graduating. But you've performed so many songs on behalf of Harlem School of the Arts. You've competed in, what is that?
The Mabel Mercer Songbook Competition.
Right, and then of course you toured with the Dorothy Maina Singers, which we're showing on camera right now, and we've actually had you perform here together with the Dorothy Maina Singers, and then you also do theater.
Yes.
Yeah, and so do you have a favorite?
A favorite.
As far as like genre?
I would say like soul. If you would consider it, yeah.
Yeah.
Soul.
And so I want to ask between you two, right? Because we're gonna get a taste of it later. Well, you both met up with each other, right? And you both were like kind of put into this situation where it's kind of like, hey, just gel together. You're still fairly new in understanding each other's energies and stuff. What was that like for you both?
Well, at first it was kind of like not really different, but like more like I wasn't really used to it. But now,
When you say used to it, what? The genre, the style of music, or what?
yeah, like that, like the genre of music. So then, as I kept playing with Charm, I got more used to it, and now I feel more comfortable playing with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and accompanying her.
That's so awesome. I love this. And then for you, right, because that was your first time performing with a live band.
Yeah.
An entire band with Justin as your key point, right? Ba-dum-bum, key. I know, I made him. I can't help myself. Okay, yes, Charm Vida.
Well, it was definitely new, but it was like a thrilling experience to play alongside someone incredibly talented as him.
Yeah.
And like it was really thrilling and new.
Yeah, but I mean, he's 11 years old, and look how ahead of the game he is, right? Like, I'm like, okay, wow, I can't wait to see what the future holds here. And I see you rocking your Puerto Rico hat, right? So obviously, eres Puertorriqueño. From what I understand, you also the prince. You were crowned the prince of the Bronx Puerto Rican Day Parade last year, was it? 2025?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
And that's when you was playing those timbales?
Yes.
Yeah?
I really like that because it gave me the opportunity to express my culture through music to make people happy and bring the community together.
Yeah. Oh, look, we're showing a little taste of it, right, with your little Jibaro hat. Love it. Love that, love that, love that. So how important is it for you to also pass on to the next generation your cultural music?
Well, it's very important because I wanna make salsa like more like urban. It's like more so I could reach cultures beyond Spanish. So I could reach cultures that are all around the world. So I could bring them together through my music, and then I could
I love it.
Yeah, thank you. And then I could also, I could make people happy
Yeah.
of different cultures because a lot of people don't know salsa and they're not used to it. So I want to bring people from all around the world together.
I love that. I love that. But using your culture as the foundation.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Wow, you're so ahead of the game. And then Vida, now that you've partnered up with someone who's so culturally rooted, and even though your sound is more eclectic, right? Your taste is eclectic, and now you've got each other to bounce off of. Like, what does this look like for you? I know. I was told you was given a list. Talk to me about that list.
Oh, well, like a list of like
Songs that you have to
oh
learn?
yes, like songs like Kimbara, Superstition, what else?
You can't remember them all.
No, I got
Okay.
it. Not all of it, like most of them. Respect by Aretha Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
Valerie.
Okay,
by,
right, but you already know
yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Okay, that doesn't count.
Yeah, like some Lauryn Hill.
Right,
songs,
it's an
like,
eclectic
yeah,
sound, but there's Spanish songs
Oh,
in
yes,
there
yeah.
listed, right? And they were provided to you by who?
Miss Jody Music.
Miss Jody Music of Uptown Royalty, who actually put this whole thing together, right? And so I understand that she's now considering like putting all of these musical next generation musicians to, I guess, pass it forward, because the thing about you guys is that you all listen to each other. And I don't know if you heard the segment before when Sulma was saying that an 11-year-old became interested in reading a book because it was written by an 11-year-old. And the same thing applies for you as well, right? I mean, I know there's an age difference here, but not in the style of music and not in your musical development, right? That kind of goes out the window. It's more about your artistry and your craft. So you are like multi-instrumentalist, and you're also producing. So when you're producing, like, what does that entail for you?
Well, when I'm producing, I'm trying to find ways to collab genres. Like, I could take the Spanish, I could take an English, like, chord progression, and I could put it with a Spanish beat. So then it brings, like, both Spanish and English together to make, like, a Spanglish vibe for more people to listen to and gravitate to. So it can make them happy, feel better. It could give some positive vibes to them, and most importantly, it could bring them together.
Yeah, I love that. And I just love that you keep using the word happy, because that's it seems to be your motivation, your motivating factor, right? And then speaking in the craftsmanship, right, or the craftswomanship, right, you've made it clear that you already know the genres that you're blending, and then you are influenced by like artists such as Gorillaz, right? And so when you're crafting your music, like, what are you looking for in design when you're composing?
Well, structure is definitely important, but also to sort of, I guess, tell a story, and not just the words, but also like the melody and the progression as well.
Right. So you're saying tell the story through the sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, so how do you know? You know, because this is not my field, and I just find it fascinating that you're reading music. I don't know how to read music. You know, I'm like, that's like its own language. And while I know you're studying it and you're developing in that field, it's just, you know, you're so ahead of the game in the composing aspect and the writing aspect of it. And so you have your genre, and now you're blending genres. And so I just wonder, like, what that is and what it looks like when you're just together and you're communicating without using language, which would be the instruments. And your instrument is your voice.
Yes.
Yeah. So who wants to answer that? I know I went around, right? I'm like, oh no, what was the question, right? Do you know what the question was? I know. I don't even know what the question was. I went around and around and around. Really, I think what it is that you're able to communicate in a way that you have to be a musician in order to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So what does that mean to you?
So that means to me that, like, the energy that, like, when I play, that, like, I'm not overpowering her, and that I could, like I could have my music blend in with her instead of overpowering her, and I want it to sound like one piece, one band, instead of just two separate people playing or singing.
Brilliant, brilliant. And then with you, right? Because again, you guys were put together. You had like 1 day rehearsal, and then you had to go on stage and perform together. And in addition to that, well, you rehearsed together, but then you had all these additional instruments. But the idea was that you two connected, right? So it's the same
that we
thing.
guided each other.
I'm sorry?
And that we also guided each other along the way.
And what does that mean, though, that you guided each other?
Sort of like, I guess like in my terms, like having each other's like back throughout the whole song, even though everyone was like mixed together. It's like, we're locked in. I got you, you got me. Let's have a good show.
That's dope. No, I love it. No, it's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, because again, it was like you two rehearsed, right? 2 instruments, and then you had what, like 8 added on?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh my gosh, that's not what we rehearsed, is what I'm saying. And so you have to be at a certain level in order to adapt to that.
And to also like go with the flow as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like ride the wave.
Yeah.
Ride the wave. Ride the wave. Is that what you do, Justin?
Yeah, sometimes. I gotta improvise sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you get to that level of being able to improvise?
Well, I feel like you just gotta like she said, go with the flow, and like you wanna try and make it sound good, and 'cause you want like the human ear, like the non-musician ear, to wanna.
No, I love it. I love that you said the non-human ear, like the non-musician ear. I'm like, yes, that would be me.
So that they want to hear it and they want to like think that it sounds good, and because you want to make them happy and like bring positive vibes to them, and you don't want them to think that like, oh, this sounds horrible. It sounds like different. Like, it's not blended together. So you want to like, so sometimes you have to improvise to make that happen.
I love it. I love it. And I love that you're able to come together and trust each other and have each other's backs. So thank you both for just blending, right? And loaning each other's energies to each other here on at the interview table. And then we're going to get a taste of how we blended after this, right?
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations to you both. Vida and Justin Lopez, a.k.a. Justin Keyz. Once again, we want to thank them for stopping by and for sharing their incredible musical talents with our open family today. Pero make sure you don't miss a single beat from these 2 rising superstars. You can keep up with Charm's latest musical theater projects and exclusive behind-the-scene moments by following her on Instagram at its_a_charmed_life, and stay updated on Justin's upcoming tour schedule, live tribute performances, and original music releases. You can follow him on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Justin Lopez Music. And we're going to take a quick break, but stick around because the excitement with these two is just getting started. When we return, Justin Keyz and Vida step away from our interview chairs and take over our stage with a live musical performance. Get ready to groove with the next generation of sound, because you won't want to miss the musical magic they have lined up for us next. Don't go anywhere. Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. It is time to get out of your seats because these 2 young performers are ready to rock the stage. We got Vida taking the mic to deliver a soulful spin on a classic song, while Justin brings his musical magic to the keyboard. Here to perform Valerie by Amy Winehouse. Everyone, let's give it up for Vida and Justin Keyz.
Sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you doing? And in my head I paint a picture. 'Cause since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. 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 Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale? Did you get a good lawyer? Hope you didn't catch a tan. Hope you found the right man who'll fix it for you. Are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you was dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? 'Cause since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. 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 Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. And I think of all the things, what you're doing. And in my head I paint a picture. 'Cause since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. 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 Oh, Valerie. 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 Why don't you come on over, Valerie?
Nice. Yes, everyone. Let's give it up one more time for Vida. Absolutely beautiful. All right, now Vida is going to be stepping off the stage, but the music doesn't stop there. Our 11-year-old prodigy is here at the keys, ready to turn up the heat, accompanied by his live band. They're going to give us a 3-minute tribute snippet of an all-time Latin jazz and salsa classic. Get ready to dance in your seats, mi gente. Here's Justin Keyz and friends with Eddie Palmieri's iconic Vámonos Pa'l Monte. Yes, I said it, but Mary's out there dancing because, you know, we lost him. May he rest in peace. And look at this. The next generation is carrying him forward. Bravo, Justin Keyz, everyone. And once again, let's bring Vida back on and the magnificent live band behind him. What a performance from the future of our, and what a performance from the future. Yay! All right, once again, what a performance in the future of music. Once again, stay up to date with all of Vida's upcoming performances and catch a glimpse behind the scenes by finding her on Instagram at its_a_charmed_life. Plus, to keep up with Justin's newest studio drops, concert dates, and musical homages, head over to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, email at Justin Lopez Music. That is all the time we have today, mi gente. Hey, thank you to all our guests for coming through. And as always, especially part of the show, you can check out this episode throughout the weekend and 24 hours a day at BronxNet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Vámonos,